This is the one many of you have been waiting for, and therefore we are very excited to announce to you the release of the FX Impact M4. The FX Impact is undeniably one of the most iconic rifles on the airgun market and truly made an impact when we launched it back in 2015. The FX Impact is a platform that grew over the years to be super versatile, probably one of the most versatile air rifles on the market. Whether you want to use it for some fun plinking in the back garden, you wanted to use it for some proper hunting, or you are a true competitive shooter, the FX Impact can do it all. It also has gathered over the years an impressive reputation on the competitions, winning all the major competitions at least once or several times as well. With every iteration of the FX Impact, we made it stronger, we made it better, and that is no difference with the FX Impact M4. We have added some new features to it that will really excite you. We have refined some internals of the FX Impact, truly making it stand out from the rest. So let's waste no time and address it from the back to the front, show you everything you need to know about the FX Impact M4. One of the first obvious things that you probably have noticed in the previous clip is that the FX Impact M4 now comes in two different colors. You have on one side the traditional black one for everybody who wants to have it a little bit stealthy, more tactical, and on the other side we have a brand new color scheme called the copper version of the FX Impact M4. It's a really nice color throughout the whole rifle, tying it all together, creating a very nice new fresh look for the FX Impact M4. So let me grab this one, as this is my favorite color of course, and therefore show you around all the features the M4 has to offer. Alright, and so here we have the FX Impact M4 in that beautiful copper edition, and that's the one we will be using to show you around all the new features the M4 has to offer. The first thing I would like to address is something that you don't see, and that's a lot of internal work that has to be done on the M4 in order to make it a little bit more efficient, a little bit more practical and easier to use in the field as well. But we're going to start off at the back, and once we come across one of those less visible improvements, I will still point them out to you as well. But at the back, we're starting off with that buttstock and the cheek piece, which have remained the same as with the previous versions for a very good reason, so that you guys who want to buy the new M4 can still use your aftermarket parts and have fun with that monopod, benchrest pod, whatever you would like to use. A little bit moving more forward, you can see the first thing that we have upgraded on the M4 over the predecessors, and that is now that we have changed some design elements for the better use as well as for easy and practical use of the M4 also. For instance, the slot here at the back is now a lot bigger, so you can easily replace your probe to a pin probe or a different caliber, or however you want to do it, but you got now a lot better access to that as well. Moving a little bit more forward, the magazines. The magazines are still same size, but we have upgraded the materials on it, so the housing is now from a better and nicer material, as well as the inner workings have been refined to spin a big drum of heavy slugs around without having any issues with that. Moving a little bit more forward, you can see now the power plenum 750, 75 cc's of plenum you've got right there to get you going with those heavy slugs. Then we come to one of the major big upgrades we have done to the platform or to the M4, and that is that top plate. The top plate is actually what ties the front and the back all together, and previously with some aftermarket parts you could do this as well, but now standard on the M4 we have a new rigid top plate, and we have done this thanks to that dovetail rail which is machined on top of that top plate, making it a lot more rigid, acting like a backbone for instance, and therefore making the whole platform from front to back a lot more rigid and stable. The dovetail rail on the top doesn't only serve a purpose of making it a lot more rigid and stable, but now we can also slide the scope rail from the front all the way back to the cheek piece, and therefore you can mount some optics. For instance, think about your night vision optics or your zero eye relief optics like emergence scopes or stuff, without having the need of those weird scope mount in order to mount that scope close to your eye. Now you can simply slide the whole scope rail backwards, and therefore you can have that perfect scope adjustment or perfect eye relief for the scope you want to use on your FX Impact. The new scope rail as well has 30 MOA built into it, so no need for any special mounts to get you to those very long distances. The side Picatinny rails on the front right here are now a separate piece which can be removed, and that leaves a lot of room for us and also for third-party accessory makers to come up with some clever ideas to get some extensions on there or some other nice cool stuff. Just below the top plate, which was a massive improvement together with the scope rail to make the system a lot more reliable and a lot more rigid, we still have the same side lever cocking arm, but now that side lever cocking arm, which is very smooth and reversible to the other side, just the same like with the previous one. So for the lefties or your speed shooters, you can still mount that cocking arm to the left side as well. Now we have incorporated, that's one of the small details that you can't see, but you can really notice and feel, is that there is now a retainer on that cocking arm. So once you're on your PRS stage, switching from stages, or you're just hunting in the field, your bolt is open, when you tilt it forward, now your cocking arm doesn't bounce forward and you're not accidentally loading a pellet or the slug into the breech. So let me quickly decock it again. So that's the smooth side lever cocking action that can be reversed with a built-in retainer as well. Just below it, right here, we now have a new style of grip that we have developed in-house. It is our new FX Airguns UG1 grip. That grip is a lot more comfortable than the previous ones. It was a much needed upgrade for the overall platform as well. It now has some nice stippling, giving you a firm grip on that grip, as well as some palm swell with just the right amount for your hand to make it fill up nicely and get that perfect ergonomic grip on your FX Impact M4. Moving forward to the grip, we come to one of the upgrades, the biggest, the baddest one that we have ever done on an FX Impact, and that is our new quick set trigger system. A brand new trigger system which houses 3 triggers in one. You have on one side a pure hunter trigger, you have the standard FX trigger that you all know and love, and then you get a pure match grade trigger which is feather light, breaks like glass, super awesome trigger, and it's quick and easy to reset it from one to the other by just altering 1 or 2 screws. Our new quick set trigger will make a lot of you very happy, and therefore no need to swap out to any match grade triggers or whatever. The quick set trigger has it all in one. Therefore, the most massive upgrade or the best upgrade for the M4 right here is our new trigger system. Looking at the front of the trigger system, one of those small design changes, because the quick set trigger system is easily to set from one trigger setting to another trigger setting, and therefore we have created a slot in the bottom of the trigger guard, so you now have easy access to that trigger or those trigger adjustment screws for you to be quickly and easily setting your trigger from one to another. Then some of you might have noticed that the first regulator gauge is missing and it has been plugged off, and that is done with a very good reason. That is because we have upgraded the regulator in the Impact M4 to the one with the brass piston that can handle a lot higher to a lot lower regulator powers, not needing that first regulator anymore. Although on the sub 12 foot-pound models they will still come with the first regulator installed and a gauge right here, as they are working with a lot higher to much lower regulator pressures. You still have your small Picatinny rail here at the front to mount the bipod or whatever. Screw holes are still the same, so all your aftermarket accessory parts will still fit on there. Carbon fiber bottles, 250 bar bottles, come as standard like with the previous versions of the FX Impact M4. Depending on what version you get, you have the smaller one, 480 or 580cc bottles. Front of the barrel, underneath the thread protection cap, depending on where you live and where you buy your rifle from, it comes with or without a moderator included in the box. Our new FX moderator, perfect companion for your FX Impact. Then on the left side of the rifle, you can still see that we have the quick tune system right there, slightly design change with a new knob, bigger screw at the middle right there, so it's easier for you to remove if you have to, and therefore get a lot better grip on that screw as well. But the quick tune system still allowing you to quickly adjust your tune on the fly while you're out in the field or on the bench, whatever. You can still use that quickly and easily to adjust your tunes. Right, so the FX Impact M4, there is a lot more to it than just some small changes that we have made. For instance, you now have that quick set trigger system, phenomenal trigger system, which houses 3 triggers in one. You have a much more rigid platform with a new top rail. You have that new scope rail, which can slide back and forward. There are some alignment pins inside, some refinements in order to get better alignment throughout the whole system. You have easier access to different parts. Small changes, like for instance, a bolt retainer that you have right there, the new grip, you name it, there is a lot to talk about on the FX Impact M4, making it stand out from the previous one, making it bigger, better, stronger. So that was a run through to all the new features the FX Impact M4 has to offer. Whether you choose for the black one or the brand new copper color one, they are available in all calibers from 177 all the way up to the 357, available in compact version, standard version, sniper version, or an extended one, and depending on which configuration you buy, you get a 300cc, 480 or 580cc carbon fiber bottles on it. Every Impact M4 comes in a nice custom cutout hard case to protect your brand new rifle you just bought. All the rifles or the FX Impact M4 are available as of right now from your preferred dealers. Go to their website, go to their store. They are in stock, they all have them now, and you can straightly go and get yourself one. I hope you're excited as we are for the brand new FX Impact M4. If you have any questions regarding the platform, please leave them in the comment section down below and I'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll catch you back in the next one. Bye.